Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel. In this vlog we are going to harvest lots of things from the polytunnel for a big preservation project. I am participating next month, the month of August, to preserve something every single day. So it is 30th of July. So I haven't got much time. I thought I'm gonna harvest lots of things today and make a plan. We're going to start with the French climbing beans. I've got yellow and green variety color, and they are now so ready to harvest. So we're gonna start with those, and then we've got a few things in my mind like cabbages and tomatoes, but I'm sure we're gonna find a lot more. I'm also thinking to harvest some potatoes out by the fence in the tubs, and let's see what else. So if you're interested, this is a huge harvesting vlog. Let's go get started, friends. I've got loads of bumblebees here with me. Because the weather cooled down a touch, I've got the dogs here with me, you can hear. It's such a lovely place to be in a polytunnel now. It's just right. And I can't see that many cabbage white butterflies now, but they've already done the damage. So they've laid thousands of eggs, what now hatched to caterpillars, and they are munching on our brassicas. The next pest, what now I've just started seeing, the jumping bugs, these little tiny brown or really black little bugs, and they literally, like when you try to put your finger or catch them, they just jump off, and they can do a huge damage on our brassicas as well. But enough moaning, let's be positive. We've got plenty of these absolutely amazing beans to pick. I've got my basket, so I'm going to pick those for a big preservation project. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit worried that I'm gonna miss these lovely beans while we're on holiday, but no, we've just came back at the right time. How beautiful they are. And they are still delicious. They're delicious raw like that. Crunchy and sweet. So good. Oh, wow! This is a lot more what I'd expected, friends. Oh, wow! Let's go to the other side. I've just picked these beautiful gladiolas to take it to the house and put it in a vase on a kitchen table. So I'm going to collect and make a nice bouquet. Look how beautiful and colorful this is. This is going to look fantastic in a vase. Absolutely one of my favorite flowers to grow, the gladiolis. And all these colors, just fantastic. Harvest potato next. So in this tub, the potatoes are now completely died back. So it's not gonna grow anymore now. It's only storage. Storing there now all the potatoes. I'm just taking the weeds out, the grass and stuff. And then we're going to find out what's in here. Oh, it is a purple variety. Oh, we got something. Very dry though. But I love this. I'm sure this is a Vita Noir variety. Okay, so one tub had one meal of this beautiful Vita Noir beam purple potatoes. I know what I'm like, I can't stop because I love harvesting potatoes. And I think this should be so much fun to do with kids. Oh wow, look at this! I love it. This is so exciting. It's on a smaller side. Oh wow, it's loads in there. It's nice and clean as well. It's been dry. Well, even though yesterday actually we had on and off rain all day, and still look how dry this is. Looks like we could put 2 potatoes in here. It's got 2 plants. Let's do the next one. Oh, this one is a different color. This one is a castrol. I've got a sign in here. Castrol potatoes. It's gonna be a nice contrast. This one is beautiful. It's got these little purple dots on it. Oh wow. This mush one in here, this was the original. You wanna remove this. Oh, I cannot wait to make dinner with all these now. Not a lot, but better than nothing. We're gonna use this in our raised beds. Let's harvest some carrots. Leave the small ones there. Take these bigger ones out. It's more like thinning out. So much carrot. rest. Okay, I think that's enough. I've managed to harvest so much. Let me show you. So we've got this huge basket full of the French climbing beans, the yellow and green. I've also managed to harvest some gherkin, some more varieties of beans, tomatoes and some courgette. One courgette. This beautiful gladioli bouquet, and we've got a few tomatillo in the basket. Also we've got the potatoes, castrol and white bean, and some carrot. Welcome to my kitchen. It is 31st of July and I am starting the Every Bit Counts challenge today. The reason I'm starting early and I'm going to finish a bit late into early September because we've got one trip, a long weekend away in August. But that's all. Every other day we are going to preserve something from the garden or around the farm, foraging and whatever we can find, to freeze dry, perhaps dehydrate, air dry, can, pressure can, water bath can, freeze. So if you're interested, you are very welcome. I'm probably going to post a couple of videos a week about this challenge. Along with the challenge, I am also doing lots of cooking, fresh from the garden. I would like to use up things from the freezer and from the pantry so we can have empty jars so we can fill it up again back to the following year. So before I'm going to do the challenge today, I've never told you what we're gonna do. We're going to can beans. We've got wasp issues, so if you see wasps around, we've got horrid wasp issues this year, friends. Yesterday I've done a quick bee inspection and unfortunately we've lost nearly, I would say 80% of our best hive. You know, the one what we've just harvested the honey from, literally 2-3 weeks ago. So that is quite sad. Okay, today I am making breakfast slash lunch because it's now 10 o'clock. So it's like kind of a brunch. I still haven't worked up my sourdough starter to that level that we can make a nice sourdough bread. But I'm keep feeding it and it is coming back to life and it's all gonna be good. But for now, we're going to make a lovely naan bread using up my milled flour. Actually, this one I've put yeast in it and still didn't rise. So I think it's something to do with the milled flour. But I know that the gluten hasn't developed. Probably it was really low protein flour. But what I'm gonna do in a cast iron, I'm just going to heat the cast iron and I'm going to just literally bake this for, let's say 3-4 minutes on each side, and we're gonna half it and we're gonna have this with Al for breakfast. I've also took out 2 bacon from the freezer and we're going to have some tomatoes from the garden. So I'm just going to quick wash these tomatoes, grab cheese from the fridge, and after breakfast, see you back and we're going to can the beans today. Just finished our morning chore, so I'm going to deal with the milk. We had 3 liters of Juniper. She giving us 3-liter milk every single morning. So I'm just gonna fill these jars and put it to the fridge. We have got the agar back on. We've turned the agar back on yesterday. I've looked at the weather forecast and it's quite cool even though it's end of July. So we are 18, 19, 20 degrees Celsius, perhaps early 20s next 10 days. So I thought if that's not too hot to heat up my kitchen because the next couple of weeks we're gonna do lots of preservations and I'm going to need the agar. And it's just such a good, I've already feel good about it, you know, I can dry things like anything really I want. I really miss that. I am ready to pressure can green beans. I weighed the green beans just as they were, how we picked it, and I have 3 kilograms of yellow and green beans, and I'm going to can them together. So, you know, the taste, it's gonna be the same, it's just gonna be like a prettier to look at on the pantry shelves. So with green beans, you flexible. You can water bath can green beans or you can pressure can green beans. I'm just gonna have a sip because I've been munching on them. So what I'm gonna do, I've got a big pot of water, well water in this pot, half full. I'm gonna bring this up for a boil and literally I'm just going to pour these green beans in it for about 5 minutes. So I do not want to cook these beans, just like kind of pre-cook, like blanch. But again, we're not going to put in ice cold water like as you would do when you're blanching, but we're straight away gonna fill the jars. If you water bath can, then pint and quart jars need to be water bath canned for 2 hours. So I've chosen pressure canning today. I am hoping for about 7 quart jars. That's what I can fit to my pressure canner, and that only takes 25 minutes. So first thing first, what I'm gonna do, and I'm just going to snap these beans. The large ones, I'm just going to snap in half. If it's like a smaller one, I'm just leave it as it is. If it's bent, I'm gonna snap that as well. My favorite to pick green beans when they are on the smaller side. I've got these 3 stages in here to show you. So these are all the same, just at different stages. So this one perhaps a couple of days older. But this one is, for my liking, it's a bit woody, a bit tough and lack in taste. So ideally, I would prefer it that middle. This is the tastiest. I love these small ones in salad or eat it raw, crunchy, sugary, sweet, delicious. But I would prefer to can this or cook with it or saute. This one, it's okay, but it's not my favorite. But because I've picked all these yesterday, they were all different stages, because I knew I'm gonna pressure can. So we've got all sorts in here. So this is gonna take me a while. I'm just going to snap the 2 ends off. It's a bit stringy. I've noticed that the yellow ones are a bit more stringier than the green ones. So after I've done all this, I'm going to rinse it in cold water and then put it in boiling water for 5 minutes. Then we're going to fill the jars. My jars, I've got 7 quart jars. I've got some regular mouth, some wide mouth. I would prefer wide mouth, but I haven't had enough empty jars. And then we're going to fill those jars. And for taste reasons, you know, you don't have to add anything else. I do use the cooking water. When I do this method, when you do raw pack method, you just put, you know, hot water over it to fill the jars. Leave an inch headspace. But me today, I'm gonna flavor up my jars a little bit because that's how I like it. So I'm using quart jars today, so I'm gonna add, I would prefer to add pink Himalayan salt. I've just noticed I've run out. So I'm gonna have to order some from Amazon. I usually order bulk and then will last me for the whole year. So we're gonna use unrefined sea salt. I'm gonna use teaspoon per quart jar. And I'm also gonna use 1 tablespoon vinegar to each jar. And we're gonna add about 3 leaves, basil leaves. That gives an amazing flavor. So I've just popped to the polytunnel, picked some basil, and I am also gonna add a tablespoon of organic cane sugar. So these are for flavorings. You don't have to, you can leave them all out. You don't even have to add salt if you don't want to, but you know, it's up to you. So yeah, so excited. The first day of the Every Bit Count challenge. We are in it, friends. It is 31st of July, so we started earlier, as I've explained, because of our long weekend away in August, but we are on it. I've got only one problem, friends, that I haven't got enough jars because we haven't emptied enough jars from our pantry. We've still got hundreds of lovely food from previous years. So, as we do in the preservation challenge, I'm also challenging myself to cook fresh from the garden as well as use up the jars from the pantry, so we can fill those jars again with dishes produce. After I thoroughly washed these green beans, I'm going to put them in boiling water for 5 minutes. Time is up. I am now going to remove the green beans. We're going to fill the jars because I'm using hot pack method, so we've got warm jars straight out of the dishwasher. So we're gonna put the warm or hot green beans and we're going to fill it up with this hot cooking water. And as soon I take all these beans out, I'm going to put the pressure canner on a stove top with some water, getting it ready to put the jars in. Let's start fill the jars. First thing first, I'm going to add 3 to 4 basil leaves. This gives an amazing flavor to these beans. Make sure we've got nice and healthy and clean leaves. Anything what doesn't look right, compost it. I've got a couple of purple leaves, what I've picked. I think that's gonna look lovely in a jar, so I'm gonna put probably 1 each. Okay, next thing, we're going to add tablespoons of vinegar to each quart jar. And I'm gonna add a tablespoon of sugar and a teaspoon of salt. Some people use zinc to keep that beautiful green color of the beans. I haven't tried that method yet. Let me know if you have and what you think. And a teaspoon of salt. You don't need to be 100% accurate because these are for flavoring only. Perfect. Next, just tidy up a little mess. I've just spilled some sugar. Okay, and now we're ready to add the beans. With the regular mouth jars, it's gonna be a bit harder because I really would like to pack as much as possible, as much as we can in these jars, because we really would like a full jar, not like a half jar scenario. And let's see how many quarts. I've already got 7 ready. I'm not sure if you're gonna have 7 though. Let's see. Tap it down so we can put as much as we can. So with the wide mouth jars it's a lot easier because I can actually put my hand in there to arrange these beans. You can cut these beans, you know, for like kind of like a bite size, but I have decided to do like this today. Okay, unbelievable, but it fit the 3 kilograms of our beans perfectly in its 7-quart jar. So I am chuffed. There's only one thing to do now to fill these jars with that brine and leave about an inch headspace. And we just try to remove as much as possible air bubbles using this little handy tool. Wipe the rim and we are nearly done. And whatever leftover water we're gonna have, I'm gonna wait it until it totally cools down. We can drink this water or I can water the houseplants. Because we packed this real tight, I think, where's my tool I've just showed you, with this? Yeah, we packed this so tight, friends, I can't even put this down. Okay, we really want all these beans submerged underwater, friends. Okay, just wipe the rim. I'm just dumped this cloth in a little bit of vinegar and then I'm rolling the fingers around, so make sure it's no crack. We're good. I washed the lid. I'm using brand new lids. And I'm reusing the rim. I've just remembered I got ready 7 wide mouth lid, so I need to go and find a 3-leg regular. That was quick. And I need to remember order the pink Himalayan salt from Amazon. My canner suits perfect for 7 quart jars. And we're ready to put the lid on top, find a row, secure it. While I'm waiting on that 10 minutes venting time, because the steam is now coming out rapidly, so I've just started the 10 minutes. I am making dinner. I've got minced beef. In this frying pan I have got the puffball mushrooms, what we've picked last year, with some shallots, still from last year, and the oil, a little bit of oil was in there where I fried the fried cheese a couple of days ago, so with a bits of cheese in it for extra flavour. Let's try this. This is amazing. I have decided to put some of this ground beef for some protein. I don't want to put too much, but maybe about 3 handfuls. This is delicious. I took this minced beef out a couple of days ago, so we need to use this up, friends. I think I'm going to serve this over rice, and the rest of the mincemeat, as tomorrow's pantry challenge, I'm going to use it with some tomato sauce from the pantry and that Italian pasta we bought from our holidays. I'm not sure if I need to season this too much, because I think we seasoned it. Seasoned the mushroom. It actually tastes amazing, to be honest. Just before this is ready, I'm gonna have a taste test and we're gonna decide whether we're gonna put salt and pepper on it. Time is up. And now the pressure will build up in this canner, and I'm just going to follow this, going from 0 up to 10 pounds the pressure, and as soon reaches the 10 pound the pressure, I'm going to reduce the heat and adjust, make sure it stays right up to 10 pounds of pressure, and the jiggler will start jiggling to letting us know that we are ready to count for 25 minutes. A couple of figs and a couple of tomatillos I'm going to add to the dish, just because I need to use it up. So I'm gonna make most of these recipes up, friends, in the upcoming weeks. Keep my eye on the pressure canner, although the jiggler will let me know straight away when we reach the 10 pound pressure. I just like to keep my eye on it, because we really don't want to overheat the canner neither. These tomatillos, I'm just gonna try some. This is gonna be so good in raw as well. This is so sweet. I think that dish is gonna be good. I'm just gonna slice this, just like that. I've already emptied the compost bin out once today. Got a long way to walk up to the compost bin behind the chickens. And what I have done, I took the tablecloth off, that's in a wash now. wiped the table, hoovered the kitchen, mopped the kitchen. I just wanted to start with a nice and fresh and clean kitchen. And got everything ready, sterilized the jars in a dishwasher, washed the lids. So I'm going to peel the fig. Right, I think we're getting close. No, not yet, because the jiggler just made a noise. Now let's try this fig. So good. I actually haven't got a fig tree. I picked only 2. Went to the dentist yesterday, and in a car park there's a massive fig tree. This smells gorgeous. I'm excited about this smell. It is only 1:30, so we're doing really well considering. Next I'm gonna turn the Instant Pot on with some rice for dinner. I've just turned it back on a touch because I think I've reduced it too soon. And this is what is very important when it comes up to a safe canning. As soon I'm gonna start counting the minutes down, and at 10 pound the pressure drops to 9. It doesn't matter whether we're in 10, 15 or 20 minutes in our canning, we need to start again to be safe. So I've turned it back on to 6. Right, it just happened. So now we reach the 10 pound the pressure, jiggy is on, and now I'm gonna turn my alarm on to count down for 25 minutes. Everything's fine with the canner. So we've got 10 minutes left, and our food is ready. Let's have a taste test. Wow, I love it. Time is up. I am ready to turn the stove off. So I'm just putting 0 on a bowl, and that is now off. It's very important to leave the canner until the dial goes right back to 0, because the pressure in there is great. So we do not want to open the canner just yet. We probably wouldn't be able to anyway. So as soon that goes down to 0, I leave it as it is at the moment, and then we're going to open the lid and leave another 10 minutes, all the jars, leave the jars in 10 minutes inside the canner after we remove the lid, and then we're going to use the jar lifter, because the jar is gonna be still very hot. Sometimes it's still bubbling and boiling, the water in there, the brine, and then we're going to put it on a kitchen counter for the rest of the day, ideally overnight, and tomorrow we wipe the jars, we write what's on it. I probably don't need to write what's on it because it's visible. I'm just gonna put 25 for 2025, so I know I've counted this year, and tomorrow at some point we can then put it on a pantry shelf. Okay, the dial is now down to 0, so now we can open the canner safely. I need to get a step for myself so I can reach this properly. Actually, I've got a step over there. Right, now we're going to remove this carefully. And open the lid. Always open again. What's the word?
Towards you.
Not towards you.
Away from you.
Away from you, thanks love. Away from you. Because that hot steam can still burn you. So I'm gonna leave the jars there for 10 minutes and then we're going to put it on a kitchen counter. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me today. The jars are now cooling in here the rest of the day. Probably I'm gonna remove the rings tomorrow morning, and later today, it's gonna be the next vlog. I'm gonna go out and see what's ready to harvest next, and I'm gonna decide on the next preservation project. But for now, bye friends!